Gary, you just said to us off camera that the side didn't deserve to get beat. You must be over the moon with a last-minute equaliser and another point on the road.
Well, we had nothing. I've just said to the lads, with a minute to go, we had no points, and they just kept, believing that they were going to score. We looked a real threat all night from set players, and I'm sure, I didn't hear whether it was announced or not, but I'm sure their goalkeeper will get man of the match this evening. And we just suffered a little bit because he made some good saves. To be fair, there was a few efforts on target, and he got in the way of everything we threw at him tonight.
There was 9 corners City forced, and they finally made the last one count. I mean, how much practice does go into them in training going up to these games?
Yeah, we've got a couple of little things going really good with corners, as you've seen. We've got a good variation, we've got good delivery, we've got good movement, and that's with wide free kicks as well. And if anyone added them up, I'm sure you'd probably see that most of our goals have actually come from set players this season. So I'm pleased about that.
Slightly different look about the side this evening. You decided to leave out Marvin Morgan and bring in Charles Hemmings. What was your thinking behind the change?
I just think Marvin's done really, really well for us. I think, people might overlook the fact that he is 33 years old, and particularly early in the season he looked a real handful and he looked fresh, and I just think it's fair on Marvin to give him the opportunity to try and regain a little bit of that freshness and see if we can get him going again for us. It wasn't until too long ago he was still our top scorer, so that showed how well he did do early in the season. And it just, I had a little feeling that I could get Chaz in that number 10 role, trying to feed the three strikers, if you like, but probably the wrong surface to actually get that materialising.
And you were forced to bring Marvin Morgan on at the break for Frankie Arters. Has he suffered an injury?
Just a tight hamstring, in typical Frankie, he wanted to play on, but we've said, and Lee said to him, come off and do it properly, and we might get you back out there on Saturday, and it's better than missing 4 or 5 weeks. But we gambled at the end. We went 3-4-3, went to 3 up top, and it paid off. We've done it last season quite a few times and nicked points, and that's what we've got to do. I'm trying to catch teams above us and not settling for taking nothing out of games, and we just got a little bit of belief in there, and 8 unbeaten, that we can get a little bit closer.
It was a year ago yesterday you had your first game back in charge of the club. How can you assess the last 12 months or so?
Well, I don't think anyone can say that we haven't made progress. I think certainly coming into a tricky situation, a lot trickier than people may realise. And I look at the players that I had to have in the team last year to get us out of that. People like Liam Kelly, who's playing every week in the Championship now. So that was sort of mission accomplished, if you like. And we've improved, and we've probably got more points than this time last year. Scored more goals, conceded less. So if you're going to measure us and measure us on improvement, and we have improved, but I can only sort of hang around so long if we're going to be mid-table. I want to be successful. I'm still ambitious. I want to try and get this club as near as we can to the top of the league. Want to get in the playoffs. Want to be in amongst it, where we're playing exciting games every week and getting a few more spectators back on the terraces, and the lads enjoying it out on the pitch, and we're doing all right at the minute. It's a tough league to go 8 unbeaten, and if we can make that 9, then that'll set us up nicely for a good game against Ebbsfleet at home in a couple of weeks.
And before that, St Albans away on Saturday. What are you expecting from that game? First one for a while against a team above you in the league.
Yeah, it'll be a tough game. They've had a sticky patch, but it's, as you see tonight, we've come to Oxford, and the teams are pretty level. It's about, like tonight's game, for instance, their goalkeeper making saves, or you taking your chances, and that just tips the balance. So we'll go there. The lads are confident that they're disappointed in there that they haven't won, and possibly going back a year ago, that I don't think that disappointment would have been there, and they might have settled and walked off hard lines 1-0 loss, but we're not that team anymore.
Thank you very much.